Okay, let's get started. Today is Tuesday, October 30th, and this is bargaining session number 2 between the City and St. Pete Association of Firefighters 747. At session 1, the City put out essentially proposals on just about every article. And after we discussed a few of those, you had some questions on language, and I can fix some things.
Okay.
So, first one, there in the preamble, Article 1, where I added the here and after, this is referred to as the agreement.
That was mirroring the captains and DCs, correct?
So, you want to take stuff for Bob, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just share my one copy.
Okay. All right, then I'll just keep one, and you guys can have the rest. So you can see that that's been changed in Article 1. The next one was Article 14, which is military leave. And as we discussed, since that's ever changing and the statute has just changed in some of the interpretations, all I did was put in a sentence that we're going to administer military leave in accordance with the statute. So that's pretty much it. So we don't have to worry about updating this every time courts make a different decision or a new statute comes out. You were okay with that, I take it?
Yes, that was, yes.
There you go. Just that.
You got one person, right?
Yeah.
And then the last one was pay, and what we were going to do is combine the driver, engineer, seat time pay, and the squad driver, because we were essentially calling them apparatus in general, and there was no need to have a distinction. But then I started thinking maybe we should, just in case. Does anyone ever drive the SUVs? Would any rank and file member or a captain or DC?
SUVs, probably, well, the LRs do, but the SRVs, and those are usually special events, so.
Yeah, but driver
No.
pay isn't given for that. They get the EMT pay, right?
And that's the thing is, and I wouldn't want someone to make the argument because we're just using a general word, vehicle or apparatus. So anyway, just take a look at what I did here.
Okay, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, it's what I did, and I'll just quickly tell you. Yeah, you can have that one. Is I just call it driver, engineer, and squad driver assignment pay, and it's all in one instead of spread out in 2 separate sections. We now can at least combine it into one section. Save a little space.
You got one?
So just think about that and let me know what you think.
Okay.
So that was pretty much it. Those were the changes we talked about. So right now I'll just turn it over to you. I understand you have some counters.
We've at this time, because of our getting Steve, as you well know, we have a new Vice President, Steve Hay, getting him up to speed on everything. We had a couple of issues over the last 24 hours that handcuffed us on the proposals, but today I'm able to, after going over with our team, I'm able to TA a handful of these, okay? And then I'd like to meet again the first of the week or sometime next week. We'll look at the end of this and pick a date, or we won't pick a date, we'll look at several dates. And then once I talk to Billy and Steve, we'll give you, what we can look at.
Okay, so you don't have the proposal.
Do not have any, but we have a handful of them that the 3 of us have looked at and are okay with TAing at this time.
All right, let me just put my book back together and then we can do it in order. Okay, shoot.
Okay, the first one, Article 1, we just wanted it to mirror, which basically I think is what you did. We wanted it to mirror captains and DCs, because that's just a language thing for both of them at the time. The only thing I did see was the capital L in labor. I don't know if that's a grammar. It is capital in the captains and DCs.
I'd rather not have it capitalized there, because what I'm trying to do is set agreement as the word that captures.
The key word?
Yeah.
Okay, and I understand that. So when it comes to changing the captains
we'll
and
change the
DCs, you're going to
captains.
change that to
Yeah.
lowercase. And I understand the big word there is agreement.
Right.
Okay, so when it comes time for the collective bargaining,
Anytime we refer to agreement, we're talking about
the agreement.
the whole thing.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. You're good with that? Okay. Okay, with that point, we're going to go ahead and we'll TA
Okay.
on Article 1.
Okay, do you want me to
I do not have-
TA yours or just
I did not,
make copies?
you know what? Actually, let me get my other copy of it, right?
I can scan and email it.
I have another copy, you know. That I kept blank for that reason, I just didn't bring it out. Where did I?
Did you read over that? Just wanted to- You're okay with that? There's no loopholes or anything?
Driver, truck, brush.
Okay. Article 2, you ready?
Okay.
Basically capitalize the employer. Okay to TA that one, all right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
We doing both today?
Yeah, I think we should talk a little bit about those guys too.
Three, we're good? Yep. Article 3, we're good?
Okay.
You know what, hold on, I'm sorry. It's this one here.
I'll do two again.
Yeah, did you do 2 also? Thank you. That's my notes. And that was 3 we were good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Article 4,
That's good.
we were good that, okay? Yes. Yes. 5 on,
You already good on 5?
no, we're not gonna, we had a question on 5.
Okay.
What was my number here? Hold on a second. J. Okay, 5.2J, basically, your proposal was to basically give the decision for the, or give the arbitrator
An
60
extra
days.
30.
Yeah, an extra 30 days.
Yeah.
And we spoke about it yesterday, talking about how a lot of times we go with the briefs at the table within the amount of time needed to return them.
Yeah, usually the parties set a date.
A date for the briefs to be
for the
returned.
briefs, correct.
We looked at that, 60 days is a lot, we're looking at proposing 45,
That's right.
okay?
I just wanted to give the arbitrators
Yeah,
more,
and
only because
60 days is a long time, we're looking at maybe
Yeah.
just bringing it in a little.
And on this, did we cover this as far as in step 2?
Which one was that?
It's the same. grievance.
Article 5, right, and that was the other one I had. So 45 is okay?
45 is okay,
Okay,
and
that's
just
where
for the
we'd like
record,
to
I
be on
only
that.
did it because arbitrators have
Exactly.
often looked at their calendars and gone,
Yeah,
30 days.
exactly, right, yeah.
I don't know if I can make that. But anyway, now, I'll go make the change now so we can sign a good copy
Sure.
if you want, unless you have others.
Well, there's one other thing on this one.
Okay, then let's just set that aside, I'll do it all at once.
That's
Make
fine,
copies.
that next time, that's fine, we can do that, okay. And on this one as well, was
I think it was on 2.
on step 2, we had talked about, and it is pretty much understood, but we were going to add it, we talked about it yesterday, where it says the aggrieved employee or union official, we were going to add. I don't know if that was something, I know we had talked about it yesterday, I know it's understood, but
Okay, it helps me out
step
with.
2, underlined, if appropriate, to file the initial grievance at step 2, the aggrieved employee may submit. So it would be the aggrieved employee or union official.
As long as you understand that it still requires.
It still requires him to sign it.
Right.
Right, and
Okay.
this is just may submit a written appeal, but he still has to sign it, we understand that, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and that's something else you can, even if we take a caucus, you can.
Yeah, I'll fix that up so we can sign it if
Okay.
that's all there is.
And that will be on that one, that was it, correct?
Yes. that's
Okay,
all we find.
so
Okay.
we'll hold off on that one, okay.
Are there other changes in the other articles you want to make?
There could be,
Okay.
there could be, yes. We're not going to go through all of them today, but there's
Yeah, that's
up
all right.
to a certain point, so
So we're done on 5.
we're done on 5.
All right.
Now, on 5, we're going to bring that back after we finish.
We'll take a caucus and then we'll, right, we'll look at it and, yeah. Okay, 6. 6 was okay, correct? 6 was okay. No changes, okay? Eight was good, correct?
Yes.
10 done, okay.
Yeah.
10 was good,
That was good.
10 was good. Yeah. Okay, 11, we had talked about, and we're 11.4, I guess it's under 11.4, probably E, the employer may request the advanced pay. I didn't know if you would.
Oh, you know, I meant to unstrike that.
Okay, if you want to change that one when we go to caucus?
Yeah,
Okay. If that's left in, we're good with that?
yeah, I'll,
Okay.
yeah, you can have the advance pay.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. So we'll come back to that one.
All right, so 12.
This one, we just want clarification of this.
Right, right. And that's something we're going to have to look at, actually. And we might revisit this, but I want to see the,
Are you in 12 now?
yes. This is something that we're going to probably come back and revisit because actually what you spoke to earlier on the physician statements, basically returning to duty form. It does say here nature of injury or illness. So that's something that we're going to, because that's something that's not required, correct? I mean, for the sick leave form, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah,
So
we don't, as long as there's sufficient documentation that they were under care for
under
some
physician's
sort of.
care, right, under physician's care
Yeah,
and
some sort of-
return to work. So we'll come back to this, we will fix this,
Okay.
okay, we will remove that, so we will hold off on checking off.
All right, so you'll make a proposal.
I will make a
on this.
proposal on this one, okay, so we'll hold off on that one. We just wanted to make sure, I know there's been some concern on it.
Can I
and-
make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
If you are redoing the form, let's kind of approach it from a way, because I know we run into this currently where there's different forms, different doctors give different
Absolutely,
information.
right.
If we redo the form and everybody's in agreement, let's also agree that that's the form.
That's the form.
And then that way, there's no
Instead of a
ambiguity.
doctor's note, everybody needs to keep these on.
Right, that way it'll be uniform between district chiefs, between shifts, you know, this is the form, this is the information, hand it in.
Rather than bringing in a doctor's note and having to decipher it.
Exactly right. I think
Well, we would certainly prefer that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
had you been accepting those, like those prescription pads with scribble on?
Oh, yeah, it's, yes,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
We'd like to
varied.
get away from that if we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
But the only thing I have a discussion with that is we run into this, and this is where we're at the problem now, is that a lot of doctors don't want to give out the information, and we understand that. But the problem I have is if we bring on our note and sign it, if they say, no, I'm not going to sign that, I'll write it on my pad, what do we do at that point in time? I thought, whether it was on the doctor's pad or not, if he said he was seen by the doctor, he's fit for duty, and the doctor's signature.
Understood, but what we get across all three shifts in both sides of towns and all the different doctors is a lot of variability in those notes. And it would be a good opportunity, we can take some of the restrictions out, let's just clean it up, make it something that everybody can live with, but always use that form. They work for us, the doctors do. I know it may be a little bit of a hassle, but it's probably less hassle than going back and forth with the notes to just ask them to fill that out on the front side. But
All right,
that would be my suggestion.
We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look at it.
because by contract right now, really, we could require that, and we try
And I
to steer
understand
clear of
that,
it.
right. And
You know,
then
years
by
ago.
contract you could, because it's in our contract, and I understand that. So.
And it created some heartburn before, so
Right.
maybe if we can come up with a solution that
Okay.
everybody can live with, I
Well,
think
we'll
it'd
look
be
at
good.
that.
And maybe it'll help if we take out nature of illness, so
Sure.
the doctors aren't feeling pressure
Right.
about HIPAA or
Right.
whatever giving away, and whatever their
Right.
concerns are, unfounded concerns.
Absolutely. Okay. That was the only thing we had on that, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
That
where
way.
we stopped.
All right, so 12, what are we doing with 12 then?
No.
You're just gonna submit a revised,
No, we went to 19.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we will,
you'll
we'll go to 13. 13 we had, there was something on 13. I think we were gonna not. Yeah, we were gonna come back to 13. We're not ready for 13 yet, okay? 14 was the military leave that you
Yes.
gave us.
Put out a
okay?
new one.
And that was basically, this is your second proposal. And military leave for employees covered by the agreement shall be covered by Florida statutes 115 and 250. And basically, that's what your other,
Yeah.
it goes into about
Four paragraphs,
Right.
3 paragraphs.
And ultimately, that's what is governed.
Yeah, we have not
You have,
deviated from
right,
that.
and nor can you really.
Correct.
So we understand that. So,
And I am gonna propose this with all the other unions, so don't feel like I'm
Right.
singling out
Right.
SPAFF.
right. Okay, we'll TA this one. This is the 14th, right? This is the latest one, so we will TA that.
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, I had the wrong date, I have 10/31.
Yeah, you did on all of those,
Did I?
actually. But,
Yeah, it's 10/30.
yeah. I'll go through them. You were just anxious for Halloween.
I was. I get some candy.
Okay. That one. Okay. That was 14, okay, 15, have a check on it. Bereavement leave. Yeah, you're okay with that? That's not that's the other one, okay.
Yeah.
16 we were good with?
Yep.
Yeah, want to change jury duty? That's another one that's probably be statutorily driven.
Something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we were looking at something on that. We're gonna hold off. I have a line here, so we'll come back to 17, okay? We'll go to 18. Went over this. I corrected that, right? Yeah. So we're okay with 18, correct? Yeah, 18 's good.
Not boring you are.
No, absolutely not. My sinuses are giving me grief though, sorry.
We're gonna hold off on 19.
Can you share why or just?
It might have to do with something in a proposal, that's all. We might, it might, change some wording on a proposal possibly. So rather than TA it now and then come back and
That's fine.
want to change it. And the bulletin boards, you were okay with? I think so. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, okay. Bulletin boards are okay. Yes. There's your copy. My copy. 21. Okay, that should do. Thank you. And that's where we're at as far as TA goes right now. Okay, that's what we were able to accomplish.
The 21, 330.
We're still looking on. There'll be a handful more that we just have to read through and make sure the grammar and everything is good. And then we'll have some proposals involving a handful of those, counters I should say, that we'll be working on diligently in the next few days to a week. With that being said, I don't believe I have, let me see. Right, that's exactly what I was writing down. Did the city budget for any pay raises for anybody in the city?
FY13, all our 0 GWIs, steps are in place
Right.
for both fire units, and steps are in fire for both, steps are in place for both PBA units.
Okay, so the steps were, and I noticed that was in the proposal.
Right.
The steps were there, but there was no budget for any raises for anybody
Correct.
across
In
the
fact,
city.
in the FPSU is not even getting their steps and merits.
Okay, just, it was something that we
The
were going to work
lower is
with.
the regular employees.
Right.
Are shut off from,
Okay,
unfortunately.
okay. I think that was all I had on this one. Yeah, we're going to go back to the team on that one. That's all we have. So you can think of, there was something you guys wanted to share, or?
We wanted to see if you have some time to talk about the captains and DCs after we wrap this up. If you have any.
I don't have one with me. I was going to do that the next one. We can talk about it off.
Well, let's just put that on record that you're going to bring something next time.
Yes, definitely. We're going to have something for the next time. We will set up a supervisory session as well right after the rank and file for next session would be fine.
Okay. Then, do you want to set a date now for this?
Give us, let's look at a calendar. Once we go off, we'll look at a calendar and come up with 2 or 3, and that way when I get back with Billy and Steve, we'll pick one and call you this afternoon.
Well, then let's take a quick caucus. Yeah, so I can make the changes. What was I going to change?
There were 2 of them.
Looked like Article 5 and 11. We're going to make 2 quick
5 and
changes.
11.
5 and 11,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so we'll just take a quick caucus.
Okay.
Fix those
Quick
up.
caucus.
Come back, and do you want to look at the dates in the middle there?
We'll look and see what we can come up with while you're at caucus.
Okay.
And we'll come up with a couple, 3 dates.
This shouldn't be more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes, so we'll see you then.
And we're just jaw-jacking.
All right.
Just jaw-jacking.
Now, before we get started, I'm going to share this with you.
Okay.
Please put a leash on him. Needs to respect the process.
Okay, I'll look at it.
And he needs not to be playing 50-cent lawyer and telling us what HIPAA requires and what it doesn't, when we know perfectly well what it says.
Okay.
So I appreciate not getting lectured at by him.
Okay.
Is he the one that was complaining yesterday?
No, no,
Okay.
that was a different issue.
So, let's go back on
Okay.
record. Right. Okay, we're back from caucus about 10:50, and in Article 5, as promised, I made that change we talked about. So, you one, I'll keep one, you get the rest, and just for the record, that's in 5.2, I added or
That's
union
fine,
official.
Billy's.
So it now reads, the aggrieved employee or union official.
5.2, correct?
Yep, may submit a written appeal. And again, as long as you understand that it needs to be signed
5.2, step 2,
by the
right.
aggrieved.
Or union official, right. Yes, it's understood.
Okay.
Okay. And that was the only change on that one, correct?
Let me see, there was that, there wasn't one, no, that was for their, the 60-day we were going to.
Oh, the 45-day.
Looks like I'm making another trip.
Sorry.
Unless you're okay with handwriting, I'm okay with handwriting it.
As long as it's covered here and we both know it's going to be 45, the final copy will be 45, correct?
45 days, 45 days.
And that was on the page,
It's J.
Yeah, Jay.
yeah, Jay, there it is, okay. Okay,
Scratched and it's 45.
45. Okay, those are the two on that. And the final one, we will double check to make sure
Yeah.
when this contract comes out, right?
It will absolutely have it.
Okay. That was it on that one, correct?
That was it.
Okay.
Should we all want to sign the one in the book?
Well, that's a different one than this one. Isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I just did this one.
White over. And this, yeah, this is the new one, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then the next one was 11, where I unstruck the advanced pay
Yes.
provision, and that was 11.5. You got copies?
Yes.
Now, one last thing I want to talk about again, we touched on it yesterday, the slots with the paramedic.
Yes.
The reallocation
Yes.
or what have you. Where are you guys?
We had given you guys some numbers on basically what we felt was justification for an additional slot. I guess the last time we met, which was a couple of weeks ago. And we were just waiting to hear back from, where your stance was on it. We didn't. That's where we're at with that. I think that's what I shared with you yesterday. So, and that's where we're at, I mean, we are gonna want to get the vacation picks going, so it's something, two things. One, obviously the accrual rates I'm gonna look at, and then you know, the options or what options we have as far as the medics and the slides.
I got this. I don't know, man.
No, we must have just had a different understanding of that. The chief told me that when we had met, that he left it with you guys, saying that it wasn't the city's obligation to run down the numbers. So we haven't done anything, so we'll
Oh, okay, because, yeah,
we need to meet again.
Yeah, we should then, obviously, because, and I'll double check with Billy, but I was under the impression that we had given some numbers, but.
No, you did,
Yeah.
just the chief's direction was, we weren't gonna run the proposals for you, that you were gonna do it. So that's why we haven't done anything, so we
Okay.
probably need to, we
Let's-
zig and zag, we
let's
probably
meet.
need to get back to you.
Yeah, definitely, let's do that again, and we need to do it soon, so.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll look at that maybe the first of next week as well, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll get with you on that.
Do we give them the days?
No, the days for next session, we have 3 to look at.
Okay.
November 7th, 13th, 14th.
You got it.
What'd you say, I'm sorry?
November 7th?
13 or 14? Any of those 3, if you guys want to, if you want to get back to me sometime today, that's
If
fine.
you're ready, let's do it as soon as possible. If you're ready on 7, I'm ready on 7.
That's just over a week.
We should
It'll
do.
be in the afternoon.
You need an afternoon?
Yeah, the EMS consultant group, its first interaction with the EMS advisory for the county is that morning.
Okay.
And I'll probably be at that, maybe, yeah, I
You
think,
probably want to listen.
yeah.
I don't know how much information, I mean, I don't know what the
Yeah.
agenda item is. It could be a
Right.
wasted trip, but
It's,
it's their first glance. I don't want to miss it.
right.
Do you know of anything? You guys don't have any trainings or anything going? All right.
Yes, and there's one other thing I can talk about once we're off
Well,
officially.
hang on. Do you want to do, then let's do
2 PM on the 7th?
2 p.m.?
You okay with that, Steve?
Yeah, I'm off that day, so.
We'll double check with Billy, but I don't believe Billy has any, I know he doesn't have any vacation dates coming up. And if it is an issue, I will get back with you today and we'll look at another
Okay.
date. But tentatively now, we'll go with the 7th.
All right, and I'll see if I can get this room.
At 2 p.m.
If not, we'll get, yeah,
Okay.
we'll get a room somewhere.
Okay.
All
Are you
right.
going to try to make that a joint session?
Yes, that will be a joint session,
Okay.
captains and DCs. Captains and DCs or supervisors will follow rank and file. So we'll have
Okay.
something for them by then.
Perfect. Then, what you want to talk about, is it on the record or?
It can be off the negotiation table.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll share with you real quick. It doesn't necessarily need to be on.
Anything on this end then?
Steve, you have anything?
No.
Okay.
All right, thank you. This was good then, made some progress, and we can count on proposals on the 7th.
Yes.
Okay, very good. See you then.